Hello, friends. I'm just enjoying a little snack here, little little scoop and a little guac. You know, my new rap name, Little Guac. You know what I'm saying? Do you want some? Some guac? You want some guac? Yeah. Eat that up. Eat that shit up. Ah! All right, but enough snacking around because we have something very important to talk about, friends. Travis Scott has dropped it. He dropped it like it's hot. His highly anticipated album, Astroworld, is finally out. Now, a little bit about Travis Scott. He's a Houston rapper, auto crooner, producer of sorts. He's done a lot of production work with Kanye before he really became big off of just his music alone. But he really blew up a few years ago when he dropped Rodeo because there was a lot of experimentation with the trap production, taking it to a more psychedelic direction, kind of doing things a bit more like artistic and substantive than what most trap music is now, where a lot of the topics are similar, a lot of the instrumentation is similar. Travis kind of took that and said, okay, well, what if we could do something different with this that's a bit more artistic and something that I think like music and art fans and appreciators could be more into and more invested into. So Rodeo was like amazing and people were loving this, but then he dropped Birds in the Trap, Sing McKnight, and me personally with that album, I feel like he was kind of trying to go very mainstream and was like, all right, let's not really experiment. Let's play this one kind of safe. Like, you know, he had tracks like Through the Late Night where he's talking about partying through a late night. Tracks like Goosebumps where he's talking about a girl giving him goosebumps, though I do love the Kendrick verse in that. I will say, like, some of these songs just kind of seemed like what you would expect from a modern day like trap rapper. Nothing really too cutting edge like what we're usually used to from Travis Scott. But then Astroworld comes out, and this shit is fucking amazing. Astroworld opens with a track called Stargazing, which I think kind of goes with the whole like amusement theme park kind of theme that he was doing with this album. It's a really good track, amazing vocals. He kind of hits that like high pitch range. There's a sweet beat switch, which was something I feel like was missing from Birds in the Trap. Those crazy beat switches that like Travis Scott is known for that kind of like fuck with the listener a little bit. And not only does this album have a lot of beat switches, but there's a lot of songs where you can tell with the trap production that he's doing things that are more experimental. You're hearing sounds, instruments, voices pop up that you wouldn't really expect for a trap rapper to do. Such as one of my favorite songs on this album, Stop Trying to Be a God, where he throws in, I think the credits say it's Stevie Wonder playing harmonica, which like I can't really picture that out of my head now, like just Stevie Wonder like rocking out and like I can't even lie. There's a James Blake bridge in this song too, where the beat switches up. It's kind of more of like a gospel influence on the track, and yeah, it's beautiful. You got Stevie Wonder on the harmonica, James Blake singing, and it fucking makes me want to cry. Like honestly, it's so beautiful. Oh, it's the most beautiful thing ever. Oh. And you can hear like kind of like gospel and actually church influence like throughout this album because there's many tracks that have like haunting organs or piano keys. Some of them have more of like an acoustic flavor, like "Wake Me Up," which is assisted by The Weeknd, I believe, is on that track. Oh, it's so beautiful again. God bless The Weeknd. Ah! Ah! This isn't even the first time that like he uses that kind of acoustic guitar strumming mixed with trap drums and bass flared in together. He also experiments with that on a track later called Yosmeti. That one's featuring Gunna and Nav, believe it or not, which when I first listened, I didn't know Nav was on this because he has a part at the very end that's so quiet. Like, for some reason when they mastered this, Nav's vocals are really fucking low. And I didn't know about it until I saw all the memes about like how low it is. And then I was like, oh, okay, Nav is on this. Gunna kind of spits a little bit like you expect Young Thug to. There's a lot of really good features on here. Even Drake is on a track, Sicko Mo, which has like many different beat changes, something that, again, Travis was known for more on Rodeo that he's bringing back to this project. There's also a bit more, I would say like darkness or kind of like just weirdness to this album, like what we heard on Rodeo. But Travis takes it a bit of a step further. For example, on the track I was speaking about before, Stop Trying to Be God, he has this weird like carousel sound effect and like carnival creepiness that like is almost the introduction to the track. It feels almost like you're sinking as you're listening to it, but it's kind of cool because then like the harmonica and trap drums just bring you right back up to that good place that Travis brings with his psychedelic style and aesthetics. But there's like a dark psychedelicness to some of these tracks. I mean, like Skeletons has like some haunting keys as well as 5% tint, which like to me the instrumentation on this kind of sounds like I'm in a salon, not salon, bleh. I'm in a saloon, like, you know, back in the fucking day of, like, the old West and shit. Like, I feel like Travis Scott's gonna come in with, like, cowboy boots and a gun, like, put him up, partner, bleh! You know what I mean? Some kind of shit like that. NC-17 also kind of has that, like, dark trap feel to it. I mean, especially with the 21 Savage feature. He's known for spitting verses that have a kind of, like, cold exterior to it. Lyricism about murder and gang violence and psychedelic drug use. You know, he brings that to this track as well, which is a good compliment for the track and for what Travis is rapping about on NC-17. Production-wise, he also brings some surprises. There's a track on here called Coffee Bean, which was actually like a 90s boom bap beat. I feel like I was listening to like something by maybe Jay Dilla or something I would hear on like a Elzai project or something. You know, like kind of 90s boom bap flair with like the dreamy production and stuff and the dreary sounds. But he bodies this. I mean, Travis said that he wanted to show on this project he could be like more of a rapper than an auto-crooner if he so chooses to do. And I think he proved it really well with Coffee Bean. Like the lyricism on that track is excellent. Vocally, I feel like there's really nothing particularly new about this album. I mean, it's what you're used to with Travis, you know, him hitting that high range auto-croon, him hitting like that low monotone delivery that still has like enough auto-tune on it where like it's a bit of a melody, but you could tell it's very laid back and it's very relaxed. And again, he does rap more, but I've heard Travis rap a bunch of times. Like if you look back at his Double XL freestyle, he's spitting fucking bars on that shit, man. Overall, there's really good features on here. I mean, Drake is also on Sicko Mode, which I mentioned before, had all those beat changes. A lot of his verse here sounds a lot better to me than what he was spitting on Scorpion, which I thought was kind of like an underwhelming project overall, to be honest. Rest in Peace Screw, I think is like Sway Lee singing at one point. It's hard to tell because it doesn't list the features. They kind of just like pop up out of nowhere. That's why I didn't know Nav was on this because his verse is way too fucking low. He's also got Juice WRLD. The Weeknd sings on a bunch of these, adds a nice melody to it. I think The Weeknd and Travis Scott really should do more collaborations together because where Travis isn't the best natural singer and does like to add auto-tune to his voice, though I don't think it's too much like some artists will do, like Lil Yachty. I think The Weeknd has like such a natural delivery and talent for singing, so when they collaborate, it's really good. Like on Wake Up, or I think he's also on 5% Tint as well. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's so much to say about this project, but there's not really anything bad to say, honestly. I mean, this production's excellent. Travis Scott is delivering really awesome vocals as usual. Nice range of pitches, good features. There's really nothing to really complain about with this album. I think what separates it from Birds in the Trap is that he's experimenting more, and I think more of his songs like have a feel to it. Too many songs on Birds in the Trap to me, like I would listen to, I'd be like, all right, I mean, it was catchy, it was good, I would dance to it in the club, but like, is there really a feel for the track? Is there really like an impact to like this music? This project is the exact opposite. Like after listening to a lot of these songs, like I never really felt this way listening to a Travis Scott project. Even on Rodeo, I mean, I think he was experimenting a lot and pushing the boundaries of trap music, but I think that project was a bit more like grimier and more of the instrumentation felt like electronic and almost like he was going to like distorted bass and like that kind of southern Florida influence. But this one just feels like he's going for like psychedelicness, almost like creating his own subgenre within trap. Not there hasn't been psychedelic trap, but it's never really been done the way Travis is doing this on this album. It's hard to describe. Honestly, you're just going to have to listen to it yourself. Like, he's doing some very unorthodox things on this project, so I have nothing bad to say about it. I really don't. It's great. A lot of bangers on this, man. Shit. I'm going to give this Travis Scott album, Astroworld, a 5 out of 5 slices or loaves of Italian bread because I'm really hungry and there's Italian bread on my counter and I want to eat it. I'm gonna make a sausage sandwich or something. Some kind of good shit like that. Yeah, it's lunchtime. The chips and guac were not enough. That's a little appetizer, a little teaser, if you will. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? First 5 out of 5. Holy shit. Congrats to Travis Scott. I think this project's amazing. I can't wait to see how he further pushes the boundaries of psychedelic trap music and trap music in general in the future. I can't wait to see who else he collaborates because he sounds so good with artists like Juice World, Drake, The Weeknd, Gunna, James Blake. I can't wait to see who else he works with on albums in the future. Hopefully we get another Stevie Wonder harmonica feature because that shit was just A1. Good shit, man. Good shit. All right, well, yeah, I'm going to leave a link to a new song I dropped in the description. It's called I Wish That You Could See How Beautiful You Are to Me. And I did that song with Mark Cheshire, The Perimeter. More of like an R&B pop track, Pretty good, though. Pretty nice track. Not trying to toot my own horn, but hey, check it out for yourself. It's going to be in the description. And thanks.